Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer, and this is the Road to the Record, where I work to achieve mastery of 10 games in a hunt for the best score of the Decathlon. If you like what you see, remember to hit that like button. If you want to see more, hit subscribe. Let the games begin. This is F1 2018 Manager Mode. It's week 43 of the Gaming Decathlon competition. It's the third week since the start of this series. We're at race number 8 at Paul Ricard, so we're in France this time. And this is a fast-moving series. 3 flying laps is all I get in practice to do what I can with it. And then one-shot qualifying and sim races. So it's very much a hands-off, very little interaction, very little preparation, and it's just a go, go, go series. And can I take Sauber to the top? Well, so far so good. I have overcome the Toro Rosso, and now the McLaren team as well in terms of car performance. We had a new engine upgrade, and we have another upgrade coming soon in Austria with an aero upgrade. So let's go ahead and get to it. We're going to head to Paul Ricard for our limit of 3 flying laps.
Welcome to the Circuit Paul Ricard here in the south of France, where we're about to get underway for free practice. A warm welcome once again to the man standing beside me in the commentary box for this session, Anthony Davidson. Hello, Ant. Excited to get underway?
Yeah, absolutely. I always look forward to seeing the cars get out there on track. And they probably won't be on the limit immediately, of course. We know that 1 or 2 of the teams are looking to do some work on new aerodynamic packages, so that always takes some time to get into. But it'll be really interesting to see later on in the session what kind of performance gains are there to be found.
Alright, so let's get to it.
Carl
Again.
probably mentioned the new parts that have come in from the factory. Well, they're all fitted and good to go. I hope they do the trick.
3 flying laps is all I get, so a track acclimatization is where I'm going to head. And we go straight into the flying laps. No drive out, no drive in. Right back to the garage. Very, very overcast. And this is only the second time that I have come to Paul Ricard. I raced pretty well in my career mode here. Had a decent race. But I didn't necessarily follow the line that they laid out terribly well, so this could be a difficult acclimatization program. I might be hoping for green at best. Program underway. Oh, I thought I hit it. I had overshot it just a little bit late, but I thought I had at least hit green there. Just barely hitting the... See, that was the same place I was on the other one. Going red in that first sector hurt. We're 110 points off of green so far. Oh no! Come on, get to the inside. There we go. All those purples at the end, that certainly helped. That got us up over green, so we got to green.
Let's try and perfect each turn.
Alright, back to the garage. We at least got 50 points there. Not the 100, that would be preferable, but after 2 reds, especially starting with the red on the first one, missing the first apex by the tiniest margin, I thought I had covered it. I knew I wasn't looking at purple, but I thought I'd at least get back to within green on that one, but said I missed it. So on to fuel management. Oh, no, wait. This car's bad on fuel management. Let's go to ERS.
Time aside to run the qualifying sim program. Try to run it before the end of FP3 if you can.
Alright, now, this is a track that I can run well, because their line, not necessarily the best line. I've found time in other places. Alright, this will get us right into purple, then it comes down to, can I make the time? Three tenths up, and almost to purple here. Pick it up to medium for now. Go back down to low. Okay, still 3 tenths up, pushing towards purple. This would be, what, 90 points? 40 and 50? Alright, we're almost 7 tenths up. And well inside purple now. So, yeah. We're on our way to purple here. Right about a second up. Plus purple. And it moved me up to a good position, whatever position that might be on the practice boards. But we could end up with a pretty decent qualifying time here. So 90 points, that was a big pickup for us. And I think qualifying pace is the best place for me to go next. As the car, again, not very good on fuel management. Plus I can pick up bonus objectives. Yeah, 10 points on offer there. So we'll go for qualifying pace. On to the Ultra Softs. If I was a second up there on low ERS, I think I could easily get a second up here. So I've got a chance at purple again. We're 10th off so far. That's not the area where I tend to gain time. Neither is here. Here I tend to start picking up some time. And there you go. We're 3 tenths up at the moment. That was not as good as actually what I would normally do there. I ended up both gaining and losing some time. Came out kind of right where I was at 3 tenths. There's 5 points for the team objective. Here's where I tend to pick up some time. So I can get a lot faster through there than I feel you should be able to go. And same here. And I'm up 4/10 now. Seven tenths, 8/10.
Okay, test complete.
Target is 11th. That's purple.
We got a lot of valuable information out.
Excellent. And I'm first in the session right now. Of course, that was qualifying pace. Nobody else is running qualifying pace in FP1, but estimated qualifying position is 7th based on that time. That was another 70 points, plus we got the 35 team objective bonus points overall. So that's 245 on the session. That is awesome. We're going to jump now to qualifying.
An interesting practice session there then.
Second
Let's remind ourselves of
overall
the top three,
for that
who
session.
are Vettel, the Professor, and Kimi Räikkönen. Thank you for...
Good start here at Paul Ricard. Alright, 300 points. Big 300 points there. We're up to 612 now. Ugh, I lose reputation with the team. I hate that. I just went second fastest in FP1 and I lose team reputation. But that's how it works. I can't get a clean race weekend either. It's going to be overcast for the qualifying session, so I should be in about the same shape I was.
Welcome to qualifying for this weekend's French Grand Prix. The teams are making their last-minute adjustments before the lights go green, and the fight for pole position gets underway.
Alright, we're going to get right to it. You know, I haven't looked at the power unit anytime recently, and we're actually starting to get up there on wear, so having not looked at that in a while, I've got a few parts starting to go 65, 66, 60%. So in between this race and the next, I will go ahead and take a look at that. I'm going to switch out a few parts. And here we go, one-shot qualifying. There's the... Ooh, not a good first turn there. Or second, Vettel. Even though you might be ghosted, you're still obstructing my view a little bit. See just how close we are, though. By now, we're usually a lot further back than this. But not the greatest lap time so far, as those first couple corners, as the Ferrari was just enough in front of me. It definitely created a hassle for me and made it difficult to see. I lost a little bit of time, misjudged the braking point a little bit, as I wasn't sure where to stop. Here's that pace of the Ferrari as it pulls away from me. See, here's where I regain a little bit, but not as good this time. A little off my practice time. Whoa. And definitely not as good in there. Good exit, though. Make up some of that time. Good final turn. This isn't going to be that good of a time, though. How'd we do? How'd we do? Oh, 15! Oh, I so should have been top 10. Didn't happen though.
So qualifying is complete and we're all set for an exciting race tomorrow. Your top three are Vettel, Raikkonen and Valtteri Bottas. With qualifying complete, all that remains is the main event. We'll be live and uninterrupted for the Grand Prix tomorrow, so make sure you join us then.
P15, a couple spots behind Leclerc.
Good day today. Tell us about it from your perspective. Do you have a bit of a rivalry going on at the moment?
Always going for the sportsmanship kind of
Are you hoping
answers.
to have your reliability issues sorted out before qualifying?
Oh, come on. Really?
Appreciate your time.
Why was that a negative rep? I can't afford negative rep stuff. Alright, nearly have the rivalry with Sirotkin beat. That's gonna help. Could happen in the race. Okay, 90 points, that's 700.
All right, I think we can call that a successful qualifying. We should be in with a good chance in the race.
Before we jump through the race, let's check the R&D. There's 700 points here. Might be able to get something done before next week. We've got major upgrades. Powertrain, chassis, that's 1,000. Aero, rear wing, 560. 2 weeks. Might not be a bad way to go. That one's done next week. I can't do 2, can I? Yeah. Okay, so there's no upgrades that I could do right now. So in that case, to the race. Can we be above the bottom?
So then, it's time to see how this
Hamilton
result
from
affects
4th
the
to the
Drivers'
win.
Championship. It wasn't the best weekend for our championship leader, and their advantage at the top has been reduced. Moving on to the driver of the day then. Anthony Davidson, who would you go for?
Well, I think it has to be Fernando Alonso. He got the strategy spot on and consistently had the pace to come through
16th.
as well.
On to the constructors.
and I
then.
finished ahead of
We saw a
Leclerc.
dip in form from the championship leaders today. Their lead has taken a significant blow. It was also a strong Grand Prix from Haas F1 this weekend. Fantastic work from the American team to move themselves further up the table. That's it for today's Grand Prix, and from Ant and I, it's goodbye, and see you again next time.
Vettel's lead is down to a single race. Ferrari's lead is down to a second place finish. 18 points, 25 for Vettel. And I finish above my teammate in P16. He finishes P17. Sirotkin down in 20. So not a bad result for me. That should make a nice little boost for me. Though I didn't gain any ground on Leclerc. He was it 3/100ths of a second faster than me for fast lap. But that's a rivalry 1 against Sirotkin. Another 300 points. That's up over 1,000 now. That's pretty good. Sadly, nothing on the team goal. And the team reputation dropped because I don't get the team goal. I win the rivalry, but I don't get a reputation gain for that. Williams likes me. Nobody else does, Sauber included. Oh, I'm in danger of getting fired. It's a good little boost towards veteran. And it's a time for a new contract also. My value is quite low, so I'm not going to gain much here.
Here we can adjust the terms of our proposal. The more ambitiously we set our targets, the more willing the team will be to give us better perks. We'll have a few chances to suggest a deal, but we need to be careful. If a proposed contract exceeds your value to the team, it will be rejected, and too many attempts will leave us stuck with the original offer.
Okay, we're gonna try this really easy, simple contract. And we can't even make that one.
We're asking for too much here. We need to make some compromises. Okay,
Alright, that
that
got us
proposal
in.
looks good. It seems all parties are happy with the deal, so it'll commence at the next race weekend.
So we backed off on the qualifying position by 1. Otherwise, it's the same contract we had last time, but my value's not going up, so it is what it is. Reputation with the team is so low. But lowering those positions should help it. Sad though, I hit targets and still can't make progress because they give me team goals that, in the constraints of the playthrough of the challenge, are impossible to meet. I mean, if they would tell me complete X number of practice programs, I'd be good. Alright, second race weekend. What is this? Score 6 Drivers' Championship points in the next 2 race weekends. Our Constructors' point total is 4 for the entire season. Jeez. That is a lot. Front downforce is in. So we've added some Cascade winglets. That's good.
Remember to select a driver that you consider your rival from the rivalry screen on the workstation. Performing well against your rival can earn you respect and better terms when it comes to our contract reviews.
Lance Stroll, obvious choice there. 1,000 points. Let's see. 1,020. That's going to take 3 weeks, but that's a pretty good boost to us. Let's go ahead and take that one. So that's 6 upgrades overall complete. We got a major one on the way, but that used up all of our points. Let's see. We did make a minor upgrade, but McLaren's upgrade was a bit bigger, so they've equaled us. Red Bull has caught Mercedes. Renault pulled away from the midfield a bit, and no gains for Williams, so we should be able to be above them relatively easy this week, as we've got a pretty good gap over Williams now. Okay, power unit. Let's see. I'm at 25%, 58 on the MG UK. That can stay for one more race, I think. We're at 21 here. That's fine. 72 on the energy store. We definitely need to bring a new one here. 73. Same with the turbo. And the electronics. Wow, surprising those are at 66% already. Alright, so no penalties this week, but definitely some wear and tear. Practice gearbox is good. Race 1, 20% wear after 2 races, so we're doing just fine there. Yeah, 4 points for the entire team. I still have yet to score a point, but they want me to score 6. That's supposed to be an easy goal. Not so easy.
Hello and welcome to Spielberg for the first practice session of the Austrian Grand Prix. I'm here with Anthony Davidson once again. Nice to see you, Ant, and I wanted to ask you about how you go about improving the car over the course of a practice session. How much would you say is already known from the pre-race simulations, and how much...
Yeah, let's move on. Oh!
Someone's noticed a leak in one of the coolant lines, so we're patching that up as we speak. Hold tight for now until we've checked everything over.
Skip over that time. A little over 6 minutes on that repair. And with that, we'll head on to the track, Spielberg in Austria. Massive oversteer there, and had to pull it back pretty hard to make sure I hit the gate on that one. Oversteer again. I always get oversteer on those first couple of corners, though. The rest of the track I don't seem to experience that much, at least on the basic setup I do. Already green. All purples so far. Ooh, oversteer. Oh, no, no, no. There you go, purple.
You pretty much nailed this circuit.
That was close, though. I ended up with a whole bunch of understeer there coming out of that corner. I got a little too much curve.
Nothing you need to worry about, but as we have some new parts,
Saved
we'll just
it, though.
confirm they're performing to spec. So far, our fastest lap is a 1:12.9.
Now, in my career mode season 1 with Williams, my Road to Glory series, I was purple in Sector 2 when I was here, and that made up a lot of time. Sector 1 was always a challenge, as I'd get that oversteer in turns 1 and 2 quite frequently. I put in a decent Sector 3. Oversteer that time. Trying to change the setting here, it's not changing. I'm having to let go of the remote to do that, the joystick, and then... Okay, so I'm 4/10 up, I'm good on time, but I'm in the red. I'm going to have to turn this off entirely. Okay, back to 1, I should be able to manage the time here. Almost a second up. And almost to purple now. As it slides into purple, 1.2 up. So I'm looking at a good time. And hitting my mark. 1.5 seconds. Excellent.
That lap puts you in P2.
And P2 right now in practice. So definitely going for qualifying pace here, as I think I can turn in a pretty good time. So I could get just about max points here in this session and still have my team hate me for only completing 3 programs. Target's 15th. Almost got oversteered just a little bit. Let it drift across the track, but I kept the traction just about. I've kind of learned here on those first couple corners, when you hesitate just a little bit before getting back on the gas, that's when you could avoid that oversteer coming through. It might cost you 1/100th of a second by not getting on the gas quite as soon, but it saves the oversteer. I'm already 1.5 seconds up, so I'm well on my way towards purple.
Program complete and a job well done. We got some excellent data with that run, so come on back to the garage and I can talk you through the numbers.
Fastest result 1. Ooh, are you kidding me? Yeah, estimated qualifying position is 1. Dang. Watch, the team's gonna hate me after that.
Quick look at the classification at the end of the session then. Here are your top 3.
Leclerc's 10
the
too.
Professor, Raikkonen and Nico Hülkenberg. That concludes...
But very few cars on Ultra Sauce.
Amazing performance out there. You must be really happy. You were flying in practice. Do you think you can carry this over to qualifying?
Let's see. Aero department? Sure.
Were those faults a bad omen for qualifying and the race?
What faults? Okay.
Appreciate your time.
Oh, the fault at the beginning of practice. That's right, the 6 minutes that I missed. Forgot about that. Well, good points haul there in the practice session. Great points tally, 325. Team reputation, well, unchanged. I guess that's something. I was the fastest, and it's unchanged, but I only finished 3 programs, and that's the nature of the playthrough. All right, one-shot qualifying. Can I get it done? Am I really as fast as they suggest, as the practice program suggests? I know I could be fastest in Sector 2.
Thank you for joining us once again for today's qualifying session. Sit back, relax, and enjoy what we hope will be a fantastic contest for pole position.
All right, here we go. One-shot qualifying underway. So far, just behind Raikkonen. Back on top at the moment. I'm on top so far. This could be the first time that I pick up points for qualifying inside the top 5. I never saw anybody overtake me. Second. Oh, all right. Hey, that's really good. Second place. That's an additional 4
The grid
points.
is all set then for the race tomorrow. But before we go, let's quickly remind ourselves of our top 3.
14.
Who are Raikkonen, the Professor, and Lewis Hamilton.
14
Goodbye
milliseconds.
for now then, but we're really just
So
getting
1/100th
started.
of a
Make
second.
Sure to join us again for Lights Out tomorrow.
Leclerc goes P14. Raikkonen on top. Hamilton is third. Ricciardo, Bottas, Vettel all the way down to 6th with Verstappen in 7th. Perez, best of the rest, other than myself. And of course, that's not going to translate to a race result. The car is going to do what it's going to do. The AI is going to do what it's going to do. But that solid starting position should amount to something, right? I shouldn't automatically just finish in 20th place. But that's a good boost in my rivalries. $100 bonus points for the result versus car performance. And there we go, 150 added. The team should love me for that one, and they certainly do. That's a big boost to my reputation.
All right, I think we can call that a successful qualifying. We should be in with a good chance in the race.
563, not enough points to do anything with right now. Car's in good shape, and with that, let's get this race over with. See how it goes. Come on, AI. Pull something out for me.
And after this round of the World Championship,
Not even in the top
here's how
14.
things look at the table. It's a good
Are you
result
kidding
for
me?
Sebastian Vettel,
My
who
AI
wins
is that
further
bad?
at the top of the table. Now then, Anthony Davidson, who was your driver of the day?
I'm going to go for Sebastian Vettel. People have suggested before that he can't race wheel to wheel, but as he showed today, it's nonsense.
And here's how things are shaping up in the Constructors' Championship. Ferrari extend their lead at the top of the championship. There was also a strong showing from the McLaren team today as they make their way up the standings. After all that excitement, it's time for a lie down, I think. Thanks for joining us, and goodbye until the next race.
Horribly disappointing. Looks like something happened with Hamilton as he was a lap down in 8th place. Vettel picks up the win with Raikkonen and Ricciardo behind him on the podium. Sainz goes from 12th up to the best of the rest, other than Hamilton being squeezed out there a bit. And Ocon behind him. Alonso and Hülkenberg also up into the points. Leclerc finishes above me, even though we were within 1/10 of a second of each other. And I finished all the way down to P17. No sign of anything that forced me back there. It was a 2-stopper. Stroll had a 3-stopper, so at least I was in front of him. But he had a faster lap than I did, so he's even going to gain on me there. And I'm all the way down in P17. Hurts on the rivalry. Hurts on the morale that, I can qualify in 2nd place and have absolutely nothing to show. I mean, we have virtually identical times, and yet I still finish behind my teammate. It's like when you sim the race, it doesn't take into account start position at all, or at least it doesn't feel like it. I lose 2 points on the rivalry to Leclerc, and I go level with Lance Stroll after qualifying in P2. And get just 31 points in the race, still under 600. It still makes a boost to the team reputation, as I did finish above 19th. And we're heading to Silverstone next. No new parts this time. Let's head straight into it. I think we have just enough time to squeeze one more race in, if I move quickly.
Welcome to Silverstone, home of Formula One racing in Great Britain. where shortly we're expecting the cars to appear for today's practice session.
Okay, jump straight into it. I'm pretty bummed right now after the result from the last race. Came in, left a sour taste after the excellent qualifying session. It's a tougher track for me. Long sweeping corners. Which is hard on a gamepad. Very hard on a gamepad. Oh! Couldn't slow it down enough. Oh, missed that one as well. What the heck? I ended up with oversteer in a place where I never expected to get some oversteer. Meaning I would need a different setup here. I'm all over the place. The cars. I've got no grip. Like, I'm getting a bunch of oversteer, understeer. I would very much need a different setup than what I have right now. This setup's not working for me at all. And it's looking like I might not even hit green. I've missed, what, 4 sectors? 5 sectors already? That one I just missed because I was looking up at the map. Maggots, Beckett's. Through there, okay. But not quite the pace I needed. I'm at 250 of 405 and only a handful left to go. So even if I hit all of these purple, I don't know if I'm going to even get green on this flying lap.
Struggling a little in the
Oh, 5 points! 5 freaking points! Ah! I missed it by 5 points.
So far, our fastest lap is a 1
Even though I hit all those purples at the end. Every one of them. From, let's see, right after Maggots and Beckett's. Everything after that. Go on to the ERS. 5 freaking points. And I was getting tons of oversteer there in Sector 1. Almost every corner I went around, I was getting a pretty good snap of oversteer. So but then I didn't get it in Sector 3 at all. I mean, the car drove just fine in Sector 3. Nope, there's oversteer again. I was drifting inside the whole time. Coming out of, what do you call that, the loop, or is that village? I forget. I'm still learning my Silverstone names. I mentioned this in my career mode, but as an American, I didn't grow up with Formula One. I saw a few races here and there, but we got very little. I backed off a little to get on green. That was not the right thing. I needed to do this. Ooh, too much grass. Whoa! second to pick up. 10th of a second. I've picked it up. Or have I?
You're using up too much energy over the lap.
Oh!
Use less intensive deployment mode.
I made up the time and went just into the red at the last moment. And invalidated the lap anyway. I've gotten 0 points. I need to get it something here. Something. Qualifying pace isn't going to do it. I'm all over the place. I mean, I barely was making the time for the ERS.
I know it's tempting to focus entirely on the race, but we should put a bit of time aside to run the qualifying.
I've missed out. It's only green. I'm not even fighting for purples here. Like I said, this is a tough course for me on a gamepad with long sweeping corners. However, I have not done poorly, and yet I failed twice here by the absolute tiniest margin imaginable. Oh, look at that oversteer again. Yeah, this setup sucks.
There's some more time to be found in these turns.
Much better so far. All purples. I'd already had, what, 1 or 2 reds last time? I could really use a purple here. That's at least 100 points. Oh, come on. I was on the edge of the gate. No, I wasn't. No, I wasn't. I'm just frustrated. That one red could cost me purple. I'm finally into green. I'm finally getting some points here. Uh-oh, uh-oh. And there goes purple. Whatever chance I had at purple. It's almost impossible to get purple even with just 1 red. I'm still getting all sorts of oversteer, so it's going to be difficult. Yeah, I come up short by 75 points. So that's it. 50. That's all. Total. Max. And 15 in the team objectives. That was horrendous.
35.3.
As all the cars are now over the line, your top 3 again.
Moving fast. I'm out of time for the episode, so we'll do our one-shot qualify and sim the race real quick and be done. Done with this. Not full-on nightmare, but I'm not having pleasant dreams about Silverstone tonight. No, sir. No, ma'am. No way. 120 points is all I managed. Team rep's gonna drop. Does not. Oh, thank you. Alright. Let's jump in real quick.
It's time once again then for qualifying here at Silver.
Alright, we're going to track. Conditions look about the same as they did in FP1. Ricardo fastest so far. Slid through there. I don't know if you saw that. I was sideways a bit, and definitely sideways through there as well. Not too far off. Hamilton just overtook Ricardo now. Here at the end of Sector 1. Close so far. Ricardo back on top. Hamilton back on top. So they are neck and neck right now. Uh-oh, massively in the grass. I lost all sorts of pace there. Look how far I just dropped back. Better through Maggots and Beckett's than I was before. In the grass again. What's going on with me? A little oversteer again. I just cannot. This setup sucks. I would need to do an actual setup. If I were to race here, I would not be happy with this at all.
Excellent lap. We're really pleased.
15th. That's where I needed to be, at least. Again, qualifying seems to have like almost
As
no
we wind
impact on
down
where
from
I'm
the
at.
excitement of qualifying, here's a look
Hamilton,
at your
Bottas,
top
Vettel, Ricardo,
Hamilton,
Verstappen,
Bottas, and
Leclerc
Sebastian
is 13th, and
Grid is set then, so that just
Stroll
leaves the race
just ahead of his
itself.
teammate
Join
Sorokin.
us tomorrow, where we'll be live.
Okay, what kind of points do we get? Because I got nothing in practice. I got a lot more here. We qualified that I did in practice. That's sad. Up to 904. Team rep. Builds a little bit.
Well done. That was a good qualifying performance.
There we go. And the race result.
And now let's
Silverstone,
take a look at
Vettel
the
on
driver's
top,
standing.
Hamilton, Ricardo,
Let's
Raikkonen,
look
Verstappen,
at
Hulkenberg.
Sebastian Vettel, who moves further ahead at the top of the table. And now I'd
So
like to
Hulkenberg
ask
gets
you,
above
Anthony
Bottas here.
Davidson, who was your
Alonso,
driver of the
Sainz,
day?
and
Well, after a
Magnussen
drive like that,
round
it's
out the
got
top
to be
10.
Nico Hulkenberg, hasn't it?
Oh
Very
yeah, he
clean,
came all the way
very
from
smooth.
17th.
He can be really pleased
Leclerc
with
goes
that one.
13th.
And now let's take a look at the constructors' standings. Ferrari extend their lead at the top of the championship. It was great having you with us for this weekend. I hope you enjoyed it as much as we did. Until next time though, goodbye.
Bad performance, but one that the team should be able to forgive. Leclerc was above me, so that hurts in the rivalry, but I do finish above Stroll, and I do finish where I needed to. So quick look at the standings. Vettel 53 points ahead now. That's huge. Huge lead at this point in the season. And 60 points over Mercedes for the constructors. Red Bull's pretty close to Mercedes at this point, and if you remember, they're actually getting pretty close. We've still only managed 4 points. Leclerc has not scored in a while. But that's going to go ahead and do it for this episode. I'm Decathlon Gamer, and remember, I'm aiming for the best of the best. So if you're ready to join me on my journey, hit subscribe, and tune in next time on my road to the record. Bye for now. See this reputation real quick. That's going to hurt. It's going to drop again.